Hi, in this presentation I'm going to go over why you should join Women's Global Empowerment Fund at GSU. So what is this club all about? This club focuses on improving women's economic, political, and social power in northern Uganda through sustainable programs. And what we're going to do at GSU is raise money and awareness for the international organization Women's Global Empowerment Fund so that we can help support their cause. We are basically just raising money and then donating it to Women's Global Empowerment Fund, which is an international organization with several programs that help achieve these goals of economic, political, and social power. Later in this presentation, we'll go over all the different ways that Women's Global Empowerment Fund, the international organization, brings about these changes. And the great thing about this club is that it's relatively low time commitment and there are no mandatory dues whatsoever. Now, here are some of the things that we're going to be doing this semester to reach our goals. So we're going to have a Chipotle fundraiser, which is really easy. You just go to Chipotle, you mention Women's Global Empowerment Fund at your order, and then they'll donate part of their proceedings to us every single time someone mentions our name at checkout. And so that one's really simple, really easy. All you have to do is go get some food and bring some of your friends. Then the candy bar fundraiser, what we're going to do is we're going to have each member get a box of candy bars, and they're going to have to sell as many as they can, and then whatever money they make, we'll go ahead and take it and then donate it to Women's Global Empowerment Fund. The trick-or-treat fundraiser during Halloween, we're just going to go around, and instead of asking for candy, we're going to ask for donations. And then the Christmas fundraiser, this is still something that we're planning, but we're going to do another fundraiser on Christmas as well. And of course, any other suggestions that our members might have as well. We're very open to new ideas, and we have lots of positions open for any kind of officer roles if you would like to do something where you can be more involved in the planning of these events. So now, what is Women's Global Empowerment Fund, the international organization? The main goal, as we stated before, is to support women through economic, social, and political programs. So how do we meet these goals? These are the main programs that Women's Global Empowerment Fund has, and we'll go and start with Credit Plus. So Credit Plus basically just gives women in northern Uganda small business loans so that they can start their own businesses, which is fantastic because what this does is it not only teaches them how to, manage money and gives them an opportunity to do this because otherwise they would have never learned these practical skills. But once they're given this money, they can also fuel the local economy there. And again, like this quote says, the women in our program are leading in their villages and communities, feeding their children and creating viable businesses, which is incredibly important. Not only are we empowering women and giving them financial power, but we are also making it so that the economy around them is also being lifted up. So not only do the women benefit immensely, but so does everyone around them as well. And the most impressive part of this is that there have been 10,000 plus microcredit loans and not a single default or missed payment. This is absolutely fantastic. And again, some of these loans have also been, they have also helped some of the people run for elected office that we'll see coming up soon. And again, the reason we pick women specifically is obviously there's severe inequalities, but also studies have shown that women are more interested and therefore more likely to improve the lives of their children, which includes nutrition, health, and education. So this means that women are just much more invested when you give them these loans than men might be, statistically speaking. So because of this, women are much more likely to pay off their loans and also do a lot more good for the community, which is fantastic. Not only can we empower women, but we're also giving money to the group that is most likely to do the best for the community, not just themselves. Now, the Gulu Women's Resource Center, this is a fantastic center they have as well. This is just a place for women to hold meetings, get access to computer training, and stuff like that. And within just 1 year, this center has had really impressive results. 56 meetings. This is a big one. When they had access to the Justice Office, they got 137 cases, and 46 were resolved through mediation law, and additional 68 were referred to other community partners, as it says up here. And again, a lot of these cases do have to do with things like domestic violence, which women don't really have much, they can't really do much about it when they're in a place where women's rights are not very important, unfortunately. So thankfully, the Resource Center has really helped a lot of women get the help that they need and get the justice that they deserve. And then, of course, There's a lot of other stuff down here, but we'll go ahead and go through the next slides. The literacy program, which is probably one of my favorite programs. There's a huge demand for literacy, obviously, because it's really hard for women to get an education in northern Uganda. And as of 2016, more than 1,400 women have participated in it. And again, they get lots of really valuable equipment like books, pens, and they attend classes twice a week. And this is absolutely amazing because they can do so much more once you can do so much more once you have the ability to read and write. Leadership development. This is also one of the best programs in my opinion because Women's Global Empowerment Fund had 10 women competing for political office, with 5 successfully winning their contest. And again, right here we can see that 21 women were successfully elected by 2021, which is absolutely fantastic. And again, as the slide says at the bottom, the clients were living in IDP camps or are formerly abducted persons and did not know if they even had a future. And this is just so amazing that we can give people, who had absolutely no hope and who were stuck in just horrible situations, and we can lift them out of that and give them the life that they deserve to have. And the drama festival, this is also a really cool thing. What happens is women will have like a performance that they'll do, like an art piece, and they'll express themselves creatively, but they'll also usually do it about something like inequality, reproductive health, and stuff like that. So not only is it a really cool way for people to express themselves and also just to have a fun time, but it also really helps to address difficult topics with men and other members of the community that might be more conservative. And this is a fantastic way to do it because it builds this bridge between everyone. Agriculture, this is also a really important aspect. So to address the food shortages, we just give out loans, we let people grow food, and again, this helps alleviate food scarcity, and it also does it long term because it's kind of like the saying, if you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, you'll feed him for life. We are essentially teaching them how to fish in a way by giving them this loan to start their business and to start growing food, and then once they kind of get going and they have enough money to keep going on their own, then they can not only create economic stimulation, but then they can also alleviate that food scarcity by continuing to produce more and more food. And the Healthy Period Initiative, this one is probably the coolest initiative that WGEF has. And I'm going to read this quote because I think this quote just really sums things up really well. Just imagine attending school without toilets or drinking water. Imagine attending a school with a single latrin for all the students, or that the latrin is smelly with no toilet paper and the door no longer closes. Just imagine attending one of these schools when you have your period. And again, this is a very, very true reality, unfortunately, for a lot of women in northern Uganda. And because of this, as it says here, her self-esteem and her self-confidence suffer. She may remain absent from school during her period, or worse still, drop out of school altogether upon reaching puberty. And of course, this is absolutely horrible because school is such a great way to learn and to further, your development and to get ahead. And again, not only is it already hard enough to get access to education, but even if you do, you might just feel so ashamed because you don't have any healthy way to take care of your period. So in summary, the biggest thing with Women's Global Empowerment Fund is that it provides women in northern Uganda with unique, effective solutions that are perfectly catered to the needs of the women in the region. And they have always had very consistent and impressive results. Women's Global Empowerment Fund empowers women and is a true beacon of hope. So I hope that you join, and I hope that this cause really does resonate with you.